Hey, y'all. Welcome to episode 126 of Consignment Chats. Ladies, how are you doing today?
Great. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. See, y'all said that much more exciting this time because at one time I was like, okay, crickets are chirping. Nice.
I was thinking about that because I just listened to that episode and I was like, I got to up my game when I'm saying hello.
Way to leave me hanging there, kids. Hey, today, let's talk about summer slowdown. I mean, it's coming.
It's coming.
Summer's coming.
Like a freight train.
Some people believe it's already here.
Some people believe it's already here. Some people believe it started a month ago.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna beat summer slowdown this year. I'm gonna beat it. I'm determined. I'm gonna beat it.
Well, you know, there are people who say it's a myth. It's not the real deal. I mean, we could myth bust this.
There are people that say it is a myth.
Mm-hmm.
The one person I'm thinking of that says it was a myth actually acknowledged it last year.
Oh.
Yes.
Is this one of the boys?
One of the boys acknowledged that, yes, it is real. It is a thing. It happens. So,
all right. So let's talk about and break down.
Wait, I don't want to forget. Remind me at the end, we have some huge things going on that are the best summer slowdown busters you can imagine.
We do.
And a really cool opportunity. So
I'm glad you said that.
I don't want to forget to put that in there. All right.
Yeah, I already forgot. So that's good.
Right? So hang on. Don't go anywhere.
Wait, one more reminder. If you're watching this video, hit like, hit subscribe. Go over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. We will appreciate it. If you want to be mentioned, go ahead, leave your name. We'll give you a shout out. So
shout out. See, I don't have one of those fun noise machines that Doug has. So I just have to make my own background noise for us, you know.
It works.
Go on. Whatever.
All right, so now you can talk, Molly.
Well, what I'm thinking is we need to talk about how ideas to beat summer slowdown, tips and tricks and things we think we can do, and just throw it out there with ideas. And our friends that watch, if they have ideas that we don't touch on, they can put those in the comments because this is something we want to share with everybody. We don't want anybody dealing with summer slowdown. Yeah. So yeah, let's start. Let's talk. Who's got a myth buster, a buster, a summer slowdown?
All right. So this is my 12th year this is my 12th summer slowdown.
Okay.
And up until last year, every single year I'd hit it and I'd be like, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do differently? I'd go down all these like crazy rabbit holes trying to like run special promotions or, you know, fix that, tweak this, which is great. You can do all that stuff, but I was wasting so much time trying to figure it out. It's just slower for me during that season. But the one thing I should have been doing, and I did this last summer with my time, is just putting my head down, listing and using that time to list. Because when I'm not listing in those busy times, I'm spending so much time shipping that I can't get my listings up. So it is a prime opportunity to just list, and not go down those crazy rabbit holes of like, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to fix? Because it might be a little slower and there might not be anything you need to fix. It might just be the natural rhythm of things. So I'm going into this, but I am upping my listing game over the summer. As I move, I'm upping my listing game to see if I can account for that summer slowdown. Any
idea of how you're upping it yet, or something you're going to, I mean, do you have like exact upping plans here?
I do. I'm actually, so right now I have a certain dollar amount. I list about $4,000 in inventory a week. I'm actually going to try to get that closer to $6,000 of inventory a week during the months of the summer that I'm available. So yeah, so I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to play the numbers game over the summer and see if that really accounts for the summer slowdown. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
See if it can be.
I'll have all that inventory when Q4 hits and it'll be selling.
Right. you're gonna give it a dose of a Summer Slowdown sedative, and you're gonna slow down Summer Slowdown by speeding up your listing.
Oh, that's
Look
a
at me
brain
getting all
twister.
wild.
That's a
Woo!
brain twister.
Woo!
All right, so that's my plan going in, but I really want to say to everybody, if it is the natural way things are going, don't get discouraged, don't quit, because it is a roller coaster and it will pick back up.
It will.
Mhm.
It always does. It always does.
And when you need a dose of that encouragement, go back to your Q4 pictures of your package stacks, hop into our consignment chats community, vent your frustrations, get some encouragement, do all of that. So
Yes.
I like it. So I like the idea of upping listings, and we do have ways to help with that. Yes, we do. We're going to talk about that at the end. We've helped out before. I also think changing your mindset some too, and letting that be a little of the time as you up your listings, maybe that you focus on some of the other things you don't have time for, like getting your store organized, your storage organized. It's not that everything crumbles, falls apart, and your business is going to die. No, it's summer's gift to you to get everything else back in order before everything hits the fan. Everything again.
Everybody focuses on like revamping inventory at the beginning of the year, and go through every tote and make sure everything reconciles and do all this. And I mean, Q4 and January and February are busy for me, so that going through a tote for me takes forever and just is tedious, and I don't have time for that when I'm shipping and doing all the other stuff. But in the summertime,
can I get something off my chest real quick?
Yeah,
sure.
You don't
never done that.
You don't go through your bags.
12 years, I've never done an inventory check.
I don't think it's
I just need to
totally.
say that. I feel better now.
I don't think it's totally necessary. I mean, the organizer in me loves to go through and make sure that everything's neat and tidy and I didn't miss anything or things like that. But it's not like you don't have to do it all the time, and you definitely don't have to do it in January. That's nuts.
No.
Breathe
Why would
after
you add to
Q4.
your plate in January? What the
Yeah.
what?
I love that for a summer slowdown item.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's summer. Yeah, I like it too. I think it's a good idea to utilize that time for some of those things that it's hard to find time for during the busy times. So that way you're not looking at that time as negative. Nobody wants to look at, who wants to look at summer in a negative light? Never. No, you don't put summer in a negative light. So instead of thinking of it in the summer slowdown part, we're going to think about it in the summer opportunities part.
I like it. I like it.
And in doing that, and in caring for your inventory and getting yourself freshened and organized, that also helps with something else you can take care of, which is your health. Think of how much stress it takes off of you when you get all that done. How good do you feel?
Yeah, self-care is huge. Yeah.
So back to the idea though of actual tips to get those listings going. I know one thing that would help is, always doing summer promotions, some kind of a summer sale. Might be a good time, if you're not one that does sales on a regular basis, to come up with a good summertime sale. Get that going.
It's a great time to try something new. Like when we started our live selling, we started it going into the summer because we were testing it out. We didn't necessarily want a huge audience. We wanted to get all the bugs and kinks out and see if we liked it. So is there something new you want to try in your business that you now have the time to?
So my something new for the summer is going to be Etsy, because Etsy looks a little intimidating. It's a little much. I have Sorting with Samantha store reserved, and I have it all like set up. My bank information's in there, all that's been in there. But I just didn't have the time or brain capacity to sit and understand. Like, I need to read through what all their fees are and try some items out on there. So I'm going to do that this summer when things are possibly slowing down a little bit. I have less things on my plate, I will go through and add some things to Etsy. And I mean, nothing is better than starting a new platform in the summer or fall and then hitting Q4 and it blows up because you're fresh and you're listing a bunch of stuff on there and it's Q4. And that's why I loved Mercari so much last year, because I started it right before Q4 when it was slower, and then it blew up. So sometimes it only lasts for a couple of months, but it's okay.
Hey, but it helped for that couple of months, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So think about new things that you might want to implement. All right. One of my favorite things that I think everybody should do over the summer, you know, around the picnic table or the campfire, around the beach, is figure out their mission.
Oh, yes.
It's so critical. And it will help you make, like Samantha knows she is going to do Etsy this summer when things are slower. But she knows that because she knows what her mission is and where her business is going. So I really, if anybody hasn't done their mission statement, I think it's just really worth, you know, considering. You can bounce it off the people, you know, in your network. You can bounce it off us in the Consignment Chats community. And it really helps. Doesn't it help make decisions in your business? Like when you know what your mission is and where you're going.
It helps rein me in, because I sometimes get like Libby, where I'm like, ooh, look at that shiny thing. Let's try that out. And then I'm like, wait, is that really where I'm headed and what I want to give my customers? So yeah.
There are so many options in this business and so many ways to do things. I mean, we see that every day with, you know, people we work with, and you could go any one of 1,000 directions, and none of them is right and none of them is wrong.
Right.
Yep. So, you know, how do you know when you have your mission, you know what direction to take with your business?
And along with your mission, once you have your mission, something that I recently did, and I have to remind myself as well, is your ideal customer. You guys walked me through the worksheet. We now have Stephanie from Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Yes, it's good old Stephanie.
And I love that I was texting you guys over the weekend. I went to an auction, I was doing stuff, and Libby's like, would Stephanie like that? Is Stephanie gonna like that?
I'm not sure Stephanie's gonna be happy with that.
I forgot about Stephanie already.
Oh my gosh, you went wild.
Stephanie is like the toddler in your backpack when you go, like she goes everywhere with you.
Yeah, so I have to constantly remind myself of Stephanie and what she would like from my business as well. So
yeah, because you got to keep her happy and coming back.
I mean, does she shop on Etsy? Let's talk about that for a second.
I think she would, because she's got kids and they're in sports, and I know from being a sport mom that you always need things customized, and Atlanta, there's so many things with that. So yeah.
I think she's going to be really happy with your decision to try out Etsy this summer.
She probably couldn't care less about all the vintage board game pieces that I got from the auction last week, though. So I really should have maybe been thinking more about her over the weekend. But
we're going to think about Stephanie.
But she loves Etsy for all of the things you can get.
Yeah.
Handcrafted. I mean, who doesn't love that?
Right.
Wow.
I agree.
And that's something too. I am a huge advocate of, you don't have to have a certain season to list something. I mean, I'm listing jackets in summertime. They sell. I shipped some insulated pants to Chile a couple weeks ago. They sell. But also think about Q4 and gifts. You're not going to have time in the end of October to go, oh, I have to put my Christmas gift things up and be ready for Christmas season. Do that in the summertime. Think about the stuff that's in your Money Mountain or Money Mountain range and pull that stuff out and be listing it now so that you are ready and have the stuff to point people in the right direction for that.
You know, I love that advice, Samantha, because I actually did that to myself this past year. When I got the estates and they were getting boxed up, I was like, oh, these are going to be awesome for the holidays. And the holidays came and went. And when we were moving stuff out for the stuff in the house, I was like, oh my gosh, here's this box of stuff I was going to have out for the holidays. And I totally bypassed them and missed the opportunity to sell all those. Now, that's not a missed opportunity because they're going to get out there and they're going to get sold. But
Right.
yeah, that's something to think about because you get so busy once fall starts and all that gets in. Things just seems to be such a busy time. So
I
that's
think that's a
sound
awesome
advice.
suggestion. Yeah.
Sound advice.
Sound advice.
Yes. All right. So let's just say we're sitting there and we're like, okay, but we do need to get a few things to sell. Like we just do. Like these are good things to keep building us up. But are any suggestions of things you can do in the summer to maybe bring eyes to your items without pushing sales, I mean, we always know about social media, but any kind of like events, like I was talking about, run some sales, that kind of thing.
Run some sales. Get out there in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
With your business cards. I mean, people are having yard sales, make those connections that come fall, people will be offloading a lot of stuff. Make those connections, whether it's a consignor, whether it's a potential customer, be out in your neighborhood when you're at the beach. I mean, I know I've mentioned a million times the magnets on my car. Like people want to know. They will stalk me. I got stalked in the dollar store. So be out there, be networking. That is going to get you, like, it might not get you a customer tomorrow. It might not get you a consignor tomorrow, but a month or two down the road, it's going to happen. People want to know what you do. Get out there, be proud and tell them.
And tell them I was in a thrift store the other day, teeny tiny little church thrift store, only open a few hours a week, hardly ever accepts donations because they get enough from their congregation. And I was in there, people were bringing donations in. And the lady that was volunteering behind the counter, I got first pick through the donations as they were bringing them in.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I got some things for myself, and then I got some things to sell. And there was a puzzle that she really, really wanted. It had pudding stones on it. It looks really hard, and I will probably give up on this one, honestly. I don't know. It's hard.
No, you won't.
And she, the lady that was working, really wanted the puzzle too. And I said, how about when I'm done with it, I just bring it back to you? And she goes, oh my gosh, that's perfect. I'm here every Friday. That sounds great. And I said, I'll have to make a note of that because normally I sell everything when I'm done with it. And she goes, oh, where do you sell things? Just on Facebook? And I said, well, I do consignment, so I sell other people's stuff. And I did my whole spiel. She asked for a business card. She asked for my website. She asked, and then we proceeded to talk to 4 other people that were in there at the same time about what we do. And you just have to, it doesn't matter where you are. Most people would have been really scared to do that in the thrift store.
And you met like 5 Stephanies in one sitting there.
So many Stephanies. Yeah.
Wow. Good for you. All because Ashley from A&B Consignment says what?
Yes. Be proud and talk about what you do.
Be proud.
Something like that.
Be proud of what you do and tell everyone.
Yeah,
Be proud of what you do and tell everyone.
Terrible at quotes. I just get the essence of it. Yeah.
Well, we have it on a shirt.
You did well.
We have it on a shirt in our C Chats store on eBay, but I even designed the shirt and I can't remember it the right way. But
that's okay.
Guys, if you haven't checked out our eBay store for Consignment Chats, go to consignmentchats.com. Check out some of the t-shirts Molly has designed. They are phenomenal. We have all sizes, all colors.
And some new ones in the works.
Yeah, so, you never know when we might ask you if we could use your words of wisdom, because we have some new ones that are coming out.
New ones in the works.
Coming to you soon. Maybe your own words.
Who knows?
You would know. We would ask.
Right. Not without your approval, of course. So you would know.
All authorized properly.
Yes. So okay. These are some solid thoughts for summertime.
Yeah. So what did you have a thought about increasing business and engagement during the summer? Seems like we were leading up to something there.
Well, I was just trying to think of some ideas that would help people. And one of the things I started pondering, and maybe it's something to play around with, like I think about social media, right? So summertime schedules change. Moms aren't sitting on the soccer field after school. Now they're on the beaches. So at what point are people on their phones do you change your time of post then? I mean, this is just something I'm throwing out. Like, I usually try to think of things like during the Super Bowl. I always think Super Bowl is a great time to throw some social media posts out, because the wives are sitting at the parties with their husbands, and many of them are on their phones because they're not as entranced. And now, not everybody, don't run. My Aunt Bonnie would not be on her phone if the Steelers were playing. She would be there. But, you've got people who are there, they're enjoying the party, but they're on their phones. And a lot of women do a lot of shopping, I think, during the Super Bowl on their phone, a lot of mobile shopping.
I mean, I heard Stephanie does that all the time.
She does. However,
a little irritated with her, but that's what she does.
Yes. So I'm going to have to think about what Stephanie's schedule is going to be, because a lot of people up here are gone, like during the school year and, normal work times and stuff. You try to think about evenings and weekends. That's when your people are going to be on their phones, especially in the winter time.
Right.
I mean, what else do you have to do?
Right.
But in the summer, especially around here, they are camping. They are spending time with their families.
They're on the lake.
We don't have cell phone service at most of the places where you go to do that. So you're not going to be on your phones. You're not going to be doing things. So yeah, I'm going to have to focus more weekday things so I can get them ready for the weekends.
Correct. Now, the beautiful thing, though, when you have an online store like we all do, you are worldwide. You're internationally selling your items. So hopefully some of those people are finding you on your social media, and they're not just your local friends and Stephanie's, but they're your Stephanie's from the West Coast and Brazil. I just shipped to Brazil this morning. Why it just popped up in my head. But so, like, I think about, okay, you get up in the morning, you're at the beach on vacation with the family, you get all the kids together, you schlep everything out into the sand. Don't I make that sound nice? I grew up on the beach. Schlep it all out onto the sand. And you spend your day in the heat, and the kids are swimming. And so at what point on those kind of days would you think, I'm going to be on my phone? I'm going to say it's later in the afternoon when you get back and the kids have fallen asleep and you have just showered all the sand off and you are relaxing after you put aloe on your sunburn. And then you're going to be on your phone. I don't know.
Wasn't that easier? Wasn't that so easy to just figure out your schedule now that you know your ideal customer?
Because that is what Chrissy would do. Because I know Chrissy goes to the beach and does those things. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking of, is what kind of summer activities go on. When you're home, what are you doing in the summer? When you're vacationing, what kind of vacations are you going on? What are you doing? So you can adjust your social media to that. I know there's all kinds of posts out there, y'all, with the best time to post your social media is Tuesday at 9 a.m. or what? No. You can't, to me, that is the equivalent of me trying to sell everybody a pair of size 9 shoes. We don't all have the same ideal customer. So those stats that they do, I don't think work across the board. You know who's shopping your stuff.
Especially for small businesses.
Yes, you know much better who is shopping your stuff and when they're shopping and what they're doing. So I would not focus as much on those Pinterest things that you look up and read about the best time, and really look into your own business and your own ideal customer and figure out. And it may take a summer of trying different things to figure out for the following summer. And now, okay, I tried this didn't work. And then I tried, but this was great, Try it out.
Give everything 1 to 3 months when you are trying things. Don't change it every other week and say, well, none of that worked.
And just so y'all know, that right there is a consignment chats rule.
We hold each other to that accountability. You can't have an idea and then 2 weeks later say, well, I tried that. No, because we will look at each other and say, did you give it at least 30 days? At least. Really 90 if you wanted to be truly sure that it was going to work or not.
Yeah.
Correct. I love it because Samantha gets serious and her face goes right up in that camera. And if you're on podcast right now listening, you missed this. I mean, she gets up in it when she's serious.
And I love that rule because, as you guys know, I'm somebody that likes to go all in, right?
A lot.
Oh yeah. So I like that these ladies are like, all right, you just can't go all in for a week and then decide something doesn't work. Like, you got to go all in. Like my cross listing experiment I'm doing now, Samantha told me I need to go all in for 3 months. So I'm all in for 3 months.
There you go.
Yeah. And in our Patreon group, I want everybody to be included and have their goals and know what they're doing, but you're going to get a little tough love from me if you're in there and you come back in our monthly meeting or whatever and you say, well, I did it the first couple weeks, but then I stopped doing it.
Or it didn't, I don't think it worked. It didn't work.
Yeah. No, that's not how we roll.
2 weeks isn't a really good time frame.
Samantha didn't earn the title the general for nothing. You better watch out.
So that being said, consistency is huge all year long. We talk about consistency all the time. So if you're going to up your listings, or you're going to try different promotions, or you're going to, change the way you do social media or do more social media, consistency is going to be the key. Set your goals, decide how you're going to change and what you're going to do, and then make sure that you're consistent with it. And the summertime is also a great time to try out new ways to do things, as far as like Facebook Business Manager, their Meta Business Suite or whatever they call it this week, has a planner, and you can schedule posts in there, and you can set the time you can do it at 7:17 a.m. if you want, and you can plan things out for the week and maybe get in a routine of doing those kind of things, so that when the busy times come, you're set up, you're already in the routine of, okay, this is how I plan out my social media for the week. I am saying all of this because I've tried it a couple times. I need to do it again and get better at it.
Or
and
at
that might be
least
one of
3
my
months,
summertime
3 months.
Or did you do it for a week and then give up?
She did it for a week and gave up.
Didn't work. Wait, all right. So I'm going to give you guys, what you're saying is reminding me. So I've been doing this I've been reselling for lots and lots of years, but in business for 12 years, and as a business for 12 years. And I mean, Molly, we've seen, and Samantha the same, like, how many people have you seen come and go and hit a summer slowdown and think everything's a failure and just throw in the towel? It is those people that ride that roller coaster that, when you're in the valley, there's a peak coming, and you just, you persevere, you keep going, you keep listing, you keep trying new things. And there are so many people I've seen at the first, dip, throw in the towel and quit. And it is not the people that haven't experienced the valleys that are still doing it. No, they've experienced the valleys, but they know there's a peak. So if you're getting frustrated, just know that if you're consistent, it is going to pick up. I've never seen it not. In all these years I've been doing this, I've never seen it not. I have seen a ton of people quit.
I want to stress on the part when you said, if you're consistent. That's the biggest part of that, because I know I've met a lot of people. I've done this with other parts of my life too, where you're like, but it didn't work and I tried. Well, did you do it consistently? Well, Friday I had this, and Thursday that came up, but Monday and Tuesday I did. And you have to do what you're doing consistently. That's part of the biggest part of that to get to that peak.
Yeah.
It's not just because, it's not just because fourth quarter comes, you're always going to peak. It's because you have consistently kept working the work and jamming the jam.
And so many people started during the pandemic. So many people right now, especially the ones that are quitting, they started during the pandemic. It was crazy, awesome, ridiculous. I still have, I'm still jealous because I didn't sell during the pandemic very much. And it was foolproof. It was just you list stuff for whatever and it was going to sell because everybody was home, everybody sold online. I can't tell you how many Pampered Chef parties I had and stuff like that because everybody was going to buy it and I got all the hostess rewards. Like, it was foolproof. Yeah, it's great. Nobody wants Pampered Chef now. It's fine. But But so many people did that and it was awesome. And now that things are a little slower and things are tougher and we have to change our numbers and reconfigure some goals and figure out where we're moving, it's getting harder for people to stick with it. But yeah, like you said, if I go and think, well, maybe I need a part-time job, or maybe I need to, pick up this. But then I think about what they pay an hour and how much time I'm going to have to put into it. I can just list more things in that time frame instead, and it's going to pay me back. It's going to keep it consistent and pick things up.
You heard it right here on C-Chats. You heard it. It's going to happen. Gosh, I'm kind of like pumped for Summer Slowdown now. How do we do that? Like, I'm like ready for it. Like, let's go, Summer.
I have one more thing. I mean,
please do. Please.
One more thing. It just came to me because let's be real. So I slow down my consignment in the summertime. I am like 99% consignment in the winter. Very long winters here. 9 months is our winter. So I am consignment most of that time. It's easy. It comes to me. I mean, we love consignment. We are Consignment Chats. Yay, consignment. But in the summertime, there are garage sales. And there are these things called auctions that I recently discovered. And I source my own things. You get higher margins that way. Mm-hmm. But because of the place that I live, I can't do that in the wintertime. And I can't do it consistently all of the time at all. That I cannot even imagine if I didn't do consignment and I tried to just source my own things. It sounds terrible. However, in the summertime, it does give a great boost later on. Once those things start selling in the fall and the winter, it gives me a good mix and definitely boosts up my numbers. So it doesn't have to be all consignment all the time. We are the Consignment Chats ladies. However, we all dabble in lots of different things. Oh, yeah. And summertime is a perfect time to do that. As long as you're not putting too much money out and you're still doing it so it's sustainable for you, then do it. It'll pay off later on.
I love yard sales.
Does this mean I get to start sourcing real big again in the summer?
No, that's not what I said at all. No. It's not. You have to source from your garage. That's what you have to do.
Oh, man. Y'all, I still keep sneaking them in. I do.
But you're doing good because you went and sourced this weekend and you listed the things that you sourced. And
it's all up. You can go look. So it's there.
I mean, I can live with that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. So Molly, tell us about
my idea
for doing
sales. You want me to boost your sales? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Do you know what the best way to boost sales is? A list-a-palooza.
Yes.
We need a list-a-palooza time.
You get listings. You get listings. Everybody gets listings.
Everybody gets a listing. We all get listings. So last year, we did the Summer Slowdown List-a-palooza, and every month we did one, and it was so much fun. It was a lot of work, but it was so much fun. And I think across the board, we heard nothing but positive outcome from sales after the fact. Hello. So
I was so tired of shipping. I couldn't ship another thing. I was just
y'all. When Libby calls you in the morning for coffee talk and she says, "Oh my God, I can't believe another thing just sold." That was a successful List-a-palooza.
I seriously meant it. Like I was seriously irritated. Like I had to ship another thing.
Poor Libby.
I know. It was so sad.
So that being said, we are definitely doing one in June. We have the dates, June 8th through the 10th. That is a Thursday through Saturday. So we're given a few weekdays and a weekend. We will have prizes. We love prizes. We love to give prizes. Those will be announced. I am putting an event together on Facebook. If you are not on Facebook, just make one. You don't have to friend a lot of people, but you need to have one because it's the only way you can be a part of our community, first of all. But second of all, get into the events and be a part of all of the fun chatter that goes on during these events. You will laugh, you will cry, You won't get mad, like I never said, but you do laugh and cry because you will hear wonderful stories of successes that make the hairs on your legs grow. And if you're a girl, you got to go shave again. And then you will hear some funny and see some funny things of people listing. So you can't do that unless you get in our Facebook group, because that's where we hold it all. And that's where you get the best of the best. So yeah, I'm going to get that started. This prizes. What kind of prizes? What kind of prizes?
Well, I think we're going to have to do some of those fun C Chats merch shirts you did.
Yes, definitely. And
we have camp listing party tickets, virtual tickets for camp listing party.
Let's go camping.
Giving away. So that's going to be awesome.
And we have a few of those to give away, right? So one of them, we're going to give away at least one for that. But how else might we give another one away, Samantha? What might we do?
He was like, Samantha, how would that work?
You're going to comment below on our YouTube video. If you're listening on podcast, hop over to the C Chats YouTube page and channel.
Get on our channel.
Comment on this
like,
video.
subscribe, comment.
Like, subscribe, comment. And you're going to comment, take a hike. Take a hike.
Molly's going to put it on the screen right here somewhere.
Take a hike right there.
Take a hike.
Take a hike.
Flash. Yes.
Well, we know what I'll be doing when I'm editing this later, don't we?
And what we're going to do for that is when we go live with our May recap. So June 7th, I believe, is our May recap, but make sure you get the notification. You'll have the notification bell turned on YouTube, so you don't have to worry about it.
You've hit the bell and you've liked us, so you get notified.
We're going to do a wheel of fun where we are going to give away camp listing party virtual tickets. So camp listing party is a reseller event. Samantha, why don't you tell everybody about it? And
so everybody is wondering what camp listing party even is.
What is listing party?
List Perfectly has reserved a conference center in Phoenix, and they are having a 2-day jam-packed extravaganza of resellers. And they have in-person tickets, so you can definitely come travel down to Phoenix. Maybe you're already in Phoenix. Come on over and meet with everybody.
Face-to-face.
It's the last week in June. It's like a Tuesday and a Wednesday. We will all be there, and there's going to be tons of people. However, if you cannot make it, they have these virtual tickets, and these virtual tickets are interactive, real time. There's an app that you'll log into.
I was going to say there's an app for camp listing party. It's pretty cool.
There's an app for that.
So you'll be able to log in. You'll be able to hear the people as they are speaking. You can ask questions real time. You'll have notes available to you afterwards. Whether you're in person there or not, you'll be able to use it either way. So we have the virtual tickets for those that can't make it. There's no excuse. You don't have to be a List Perfectly member. You don't have to be on tons of platforms. You just like to resell. Come listen to all the people and the business boosting things that they're going to be talking about.
Yep. So make sure in the comments you put take a hike so that we can enter you to try to win one. And if you don't on the 7th, don't worry, because Listapalooza starts on the 8th. And if you win Listapalooza, you might get a ticket that way.
And we might have more that we're giving away. We might have more tickets that we just sprinkle into different places. But you have to make sure that you are in our Facebook community. You pay attention to our YouTube channel, and you just consume all that is Consignment Chats.
Eat us, sleep us, breathe us. Be there with us.
Molly, can you talk just a second about Listapalooza and our overall goal and how you don't have to be a crazy mad lister?
And our new structure.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Those old Listapaloozers, yes, you do need to listen to, because we are changing it up a little bit, old Listapaloozers. What we do is during those days, we list as many as we can. You get listings done. It is an honor system. You count and track your own.
I can only list one on Saturday, Molly.
You can't say the word only. That's fine. One is better than none.
The word only is a 4-letter word, y'all. I don't want to hear anybody say it. I don't want anybody to type it in the comments. If you list one, oh my gosh, way to go. You listed something that's now out there to the world to sell. Feel good about that. Please do not come in there and say, I only listed 5. Are you going to have people in there that list 110? Probably. But, oh, wow. Don't compare yourself. We are not into comparison. We don't like that.
And we give participation prizes, not like everybody gets a trophy, good job, but we will do a random wheel of wonderfulness and still give something to somebody that participated. You don't have to have the top numbers to get all the prizes.
Nope.
Because each person is, as everybody boosts each other up. So we want to make sure everybody is in there if you are interested in listing.
You may get a prize because you were the one person who lifted the most people up on our social media during that time. Mm-hmm. You may get a prize because I feel like Oprah right now. You get a prize and you get a prize and you'll get a prize. I had another one though. You might get a prize. I forgot it. So you might not get a prize because I can't remember what I was going to say. So
and I don't know. We are changing things up a little bit because we have so many wonderful brick and mortar owners in our group now, which is awesome. I love hearing how brick and mortars work. We are going to separate the two between online listings and brick and mortar intake because their numbers can get much higher than online ones. It's just a different process. So we still want to encourage both sets, and we will divide and give things out appropriately.
Divide and conquer.
Separate goals so we don't set that number and then exceed it on the first day and go, oh my God, where are these people coming from? Right. We'll be a little bit more realistic this time. Yeah.
So we do ask that you kind of make your own goal. Like, okay, in the next 3 days, I feel confident that I can list 12 items or 50 items, whatever your number is, because you know your schedule, you know how you work. Set yourself a goal. We ask for you to put it out there just, because we believe that putting it out there helps you accomplish it if you put it out in the world versus not. And then we also do an overall goal. And I make a little thermometer that goes out and we make an overall goal of how many listings we predict the group is going to get. And each day, at the end of the day, I will ask you before you put your little heads on your pillow to go to sleep, that you respond in the post where I ask this, how many you listed that day without the word only. And then the next morning I will post and that little thermometer will rise up to the number of where we're at. And so we will be able to watch our listing thermometer get higher and higher and hopefully meet our group goal.
Sometimes we have to give extra encouragement and really push each other to raise the thermometer. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we bust it wide open and we have to get a new thermometer.
We have to extend that thermometer. Sometimes we don't.
That's my favorite part of the whole thing is seeing how much we do as a group.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. It's just a lot of fun, y'all. Every time we do it, we just love it. And I always leave singing Kumbaya because that's how I feel. We're all around the campfire.
At some point, Molly gets the feels.
I get the feels. I want to put my arms around everybody, and it's just a big love fest.
Because let's go camping,
right? It's just a big love fest of business boosting for each other.
Yeah.
There you go. All
right. Any other announcements? I think we're good.
I felt like, is that everything? Make sure you comment, take a hike.
Yep.
Yes. Take a hike so you can win that virtual ticket, my friends. Don't be stingy. By the way, if you have other reseller friends that have not watched this episode, share this with them. Send them, just email them the little link, throw it on their phone, whatever, and let them listen so they too can participate because they need a chance to win too.
Yes.
And they need to join us for our Listapalooza.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, until next time.
Cheers. Thanks for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers. Find all the ways to connect with us on consignmentchats.com. Episodes are available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. In addition, join our free private Facebook community.